on the working of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Sir Derek O Brien to raise the discussion. Yes, Mr. Derek O Brien.
Sir, on behalf of all of us together who had agreed to take up these 4 or 5 ministries, so I stand to initiate this discussion on the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Sir, broadly, to set the terms for this discussion, in this ministry, sir,
Is there?
disabled,
Mr. Shiva.
OBCs, transgenders, scheduled castes, senior citizens. These are the broad
If they your name.
groups which are covered in this ministry. But I would take the liberty of requesting the minister. I think a lot of us who will speak would believe that to have true social justice and empowerment, along with these 5 or 6 groups which are very important, a lot of the members would also talk about 2 other groups who are looking for social justice and empowerment. They are the minorities as well as the women of this great nation. So if that is the scope of the discussion, sir, through you I would like to request the minister to note the specific suggestions we give you on the first 5 and to be kind enough to carry our thoughts to the other 2 colleagues of yours, or better still to bring your 2 colleagues tomorrow if possible for the second part of this discussion, which we will end tomorrow. Sir, the budget for this ministry is 6,500 crores. If you leave the minority out, if you leave the women of this country out and only take the 5 categories as has been defined in this ministry, there are about 90 crore people this covers for 6,500 crores. Sir, it comes to per person the measly minuscule sum of 50 paisa per person per month. So the first issue we need to all ponder over, sir, is this 50 paisa per person per month enough, or should we at least be taking it up to 1 rupee per paisa per month? So what I am suggesting is to double the budget from 6,500 crores to take it up to 13,000 crores. At the start of the discussion, sir, I would also thought I should say that when we talk about social justice, what are the terms of this distribution? The terms of the distribution could be used in 3 words, sir. M, money, O, opportunities, and P, privileges. Money, opportunities, and privileges. So all what we suggest need to fit into these 3 categories to make this a meaningful discussion. And does this ministry, or does social justice end with this ministry providing scholarships and building hostels? Can we take it beyond that? And through this discussion over the next 3 hours, we get the minister, who's been here for about 7, 8, 9 months, so comparatively new, to open his heart, to open his eyes, and most importantly, to open his mind. So I don't want to give you any political statement, sir. I will be making some points on each of these categories as we started off with. So let's start with what's very specific. Ram Gopal ji, the first one आप मत जाइए, ये यूपी का ही है. अच्छा तब एक मिनट सुन के जाइए. Because I'm starting off with UP. Manual scavengers is also covered under this ministry. Manual scavengers नहीं. Manual scavengers is covered under this ministry. Now नहीं, क्योंकि manual scavengers में 11,000 manual scavengers है हमारा देश में. These are not my figures. These figures also may be wrong because this is your government figures. Out of 11,000 manual scavengers, हाँ मैं ट्राई करूंगा, मैं हिंदी में फेल करता हूँ, बांग्ला में पास करता हूँ. तो यूपी में 11,000 जो हमारा मैनुअल स्कैवेंजर्स है, यूपी में 10,000 मैनुअल स्कैवेंजर्स, सारा देश में 11,000, यूपी में 10,000. मंत्री जी, ये बजट था 480 crore रुपया ये manual scavengers to liberate the manual scavengers, to rehabilitate them and to take them away from this terrible job which they have. Mantri ji, you must look into this very seriously. The budget for national was 480 crores. Assume 80-90% would go to UP, which is 400 crores. On the 480 crores, sir, you have spent not 48 crores, not 24 crores, not even 1 crore. Zero. So if you want to seriously eliminate manual scavengers, please look at using this money which is there for this purpose. Sir. Hi. Sir, the standing committee also on this subject has a very effective suggestion which they made. We need to have an effective mechanism to reduce or eliminate manual scavenging. Sir, I started off with UP with a complaint, but let me also present an example which only happened last week and I'm extremely proud of because this happened under the leadership of Mamata Banerjee in the West Bengal government. This is a true story.
Has already passed an order. It is only, you must always say subject to correction. You don't accept,
Sir.
Please, no
The Tamil
interruptions.
Nadu.
No interruptions, please. Kindly don't disturb him. He's
Sir.
speaking about his state.
Sir.
It's not
No. Now, if my dear friends in the AIDMK, now they have become astrologers. I have not given my point, but they've already said Tamil Nadu has done this.
Sir.
Listen to my point.
He's speaking about his state, that's all.
This is, sir, listen to the point. This is a very serious issue on manual
Kindly don't
scavenging.
interrupt.
Now, this is not about Tamil Nadu or Bengal. This is about the United Nations. Sir, we discussed that in great detail when we were talking about farmer suicides. So let's not go there, okay? So, sir, let me just focus on this issue and not be distracted. Sir, Nadia district of West Bengal has been the first #1 district in the country, not my ranking, by the United Nations. There are 3.5 lakh toilets in that district. It has become the #1 district in the country. #1, last week United Nations gave this award. And the flip side of that is, when you have something like that, the manual scavenger level goes down or it becomes zero. Sir, this was shortlisted for a UN Public Service Award, and since we are on the issue of manual scavenging, sir, it's not only a money issue. So I'm not only suggesting to you that you should give the UP and everyone else 480 crores, it's also a social issue. I'll share 2 social issues. Again, going back to Nadia, the school children there took an oath. Every school child in Nadia, school-going child, took an oath.
How much time you want?
Sir, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, of course, because
You're
because
initiating.
Mr. Nachipan got 30 for law and justice. So if he got 30 for law and
But his
justice,
party's time was more. For your party, it's
okay,
total
20
time.
minutes.
Please.
Sir, I'm speaking, last time, earlier I was speaking about net neutrality. That is all very thing. This is about people who are the lowest of the lowest.
Yes, everyone has to.
Right, so we'll all
Kindly
speak.
stick on to this.
Sir, so the first issue is the manual scavenging. So please look at this, because sometimes even after you put up the toilets, we have done some research to find out that even after you put the toilets up, those toilets are not used for what they are supposed to be used. People store their rice, people store their wheat. So my limited point to the minister, 250 crores you spend on your advertising budget for the Swachh Bharat campaign. Fine, you want to spend 250. But if you want to spend 250 on an advertising budget, then you please spend 480 crores for the manual scavengers. Sir, let's come to the senior citizens, because we only have about 6 categories to go through. Senior citizens, sir, our country has been very proud. We've had a green revolution. We've had a milk white revolution. Sir, the Trinamool Congress proposes a grey revolution. And what is the basic concept of this grey revolution, sir? Currently, the senior citizens budget allocated for this ministry is a minuscule 50 crores. And under the Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme, if you're over 60, and you're living below the poverty line, you get 200 rupees a month, 200 a month. And you get 80 rupees, sorry, if you're over 80, you get 500. Sir, like the standing committee suggested, and let me reassert, this figure has to go up. Let me make a point here, sir. If the figures you're giving out is 150 or 200 rupees, the cost to administer the scheme is working out to much more than what you are actually giving out. So the suggestion we make is increase what reaches the consumer, so your cost of administering the scheme will come down. Let me also request the minister to remove the cobwebs of a paper lying there which was called the National Policy on Senior Citizens. That document is dated 2011. Doesn't matter whether the UPA 2 brought it or A brought it or B brought it, but we think this document is worth looking at. The National Policy on Senior Citizens, because there are some very good specific suggestions made, so please, sir, consider. So the third group of people we're talking about, now this is a very small number, but I think a lot of the speakers want to also speak about disability. I have lots of things to say, but I'm going to limit myself to just one point, sir, and that is the definition of disability under the current act does not include autistic children or autistic men and women. Sir, my plea to the minister through you, sir, is to please, in the rights and persons with disability, this bill is pending in the Rajya Sabha. My party, the Trinamool Congress, will support you wholeheartedly. You please bring this bill and you make these changes in these disability definitions, and it's a step forward. So there are many other points on disability, but because of the limited time, sir. Now let's come to 2 minutes I want to spend on transgenders. It's a coincidence that you're sitting on the chair, Mr. Deputy Chairman. When you were here, you did a historic transgender bill, which has got passed in the Rajya Sabha. That's very, very good. And we have a bill, an act, I beg your pardon, an act in West Bengal, which was passed 2-3 months ago. Sir, maybe you could advise the states to bring up an act like this. Yes, Baba, Tamil Nadu also has. Yes. So, okay. Yes. Amma made it. No. Very good. Oh, Amma didn't make it, then Kanimodi's party made it. No. Okay, you all fight about that. But the interesting name for that, now this is a serious issue. Let's be serious on this. The interesting name, this is not a transgender welfare board. We believe transgender welfare board is not the solution. This is a transgender development board. There also are suggestions. I'm not getting into the merits, but I would really like to hear the views of the BSP and so many other parties on this. There is a suggestion being made, we're open to listening to this, that the transgenders need to be put into a category. One of the categories suggesting is OBC. I'm not opening that debate now. I'm just giving you what the thought is. Sir, in the scheduled caste is the fifth category, sir. Scheduled caste, we have a unique scheme. All I'm suggesting to you, sir, is like West Bengal had in the last 3 years this Kanyashri scheme, which got UN approval. The scheduled caste boys, students, get a lot of scholarships. Land vested with the government was distributed to landless people, and all the land vested, 56% of the pattas was actually distributed to scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So that is a scheme which is going very well. And the other one which I want to flag is the Shiksha Shri scheme. Shiksha Shri, which is the same as the Kanya Shri, which goes to women, but the Shiksha Shri is for the scheduled caste. Sir, my limited and single point on the OBCs is, which I read in the paper this morning, seems to be fine, that the 6 lakh number, 6 lakhs is pushed up for the creamy layer criteria and goes up to 10 lakh plus. Sir, this will help, we believe, fill the seats earmarked for OBCs, where from 6 lakh you go up to 10 lakh. I have many examples, again from West Bengal, about this, especially in the left-wing extremism areas, sir, but I will not dwell on it. Suffice to say that in the Jungle Mahal area, in 23 different left-wing affected blocks there, the economic package apart also had a practical gift, if I may say, that is cycles, which empowered girls and boys especially to cycle. Sir, I've covered the points which are traditionally listed under your ministry, but I want to just expand the discussion 1 minute each on two others which are not covered in your ministry, the minorities and the women. And as I said, with a request to take this forward. Sir, on the minorities, the Sachar committee reported the Equal Opportunities Commission. So that was about 8 or 9 years ago. So the proposed commission of the Sachar, basically the point being made in the Equal Opportunity Commission was that you will bring women, Dalits, tribals, disabled persons, minorities, all in a view so we could help everybody else. Now that Equal Opportunity Commission made these recommendations. There was a draft bill, to the best of my knowledge, which was made in 2007, 2008. Through you, sir, request the minister to pull the cobwebs out and to take a look at this. So I'll end with the last about the women, because you cannot discuss social empowerment and social justice and empowerment without at least touching on the women. Sir, here the point is on the 33 and 1/3% reservation, and there's a lot of debate on that. Sir, we finished the municipal elections in Bengal last week. I don't want to remind you of the results. That would upset you, but at least let me tell you, 46% of those, they are happy, they say, okay. 46% of the cooperators who were elected were women. So if we want empowerment, we can get women elected. And 35.4%, 33% is the so-called reservation number we talk about in the Women's Reservation Bill, 33%. The current average in the Lok Sabha is for women is a dismal 11%. I'm happy to tell you my party is 36% women MPs in Lok Sabha. Sir, I've left you with these points to ponder over on manual scavengers, on senior citizens, on persons with disabilities, on transgenders, on scheduled castes, women, OBCs and minorities. Sir, I would urge you, after listening to all of my colleagues, to take this beyond a discussion, and maybe after 1 or 2 months, you come back to us, maybe not in the House, but through some written form. We are giving you some suggestions. Please take them in the right spirit. I'm sure you will. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thank you very much. So I did not ask you to stop. Mr. Derek O'Brien, I did not ask you to stop. So thank you very much. Now,